Hey yo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So this has actually been a topic that I've been wanting to cover for a while now, and I again have started to write some articles on topics that I care about and then publishing them to Substack, and this is a topic that I care about greatly, and it's the fact of men's mental health in today's society. So, um, yeah, men's mental health matters. And, it's something that society should focus on more because it's definitely an area of concern. So, uh, go over to my article that I wrote. My title, Men's Mental Health Matters. Subtitle, Keep Your Head Up, King. Don't Let the Crown Fall. And that is um, one of my favorite quotes of all time. How you do everything you can to keep your head up because you obviously don't want your crown falling off, because if you hang your head low and then there's a possibility that crown falls off. So I wrote this December 8th, published it December 10th. If you want to follow my Substack, it is at Matthew Vargo. No pressure whatsoever. I don't write these things for the attention. I write it to clear my mind. So we'll get into this. As a society, we like to claim that we care about mental health, but honestly, we don't do a great job at it. We have come a long way, and progress has been made, but we still have a long way left to go. When it comes to mental health as a whole, society focuses more on the ladies than the gentlemen. When the ladies say they're struggling with mental health, the response from society is more positive, sending love, sending hope, sending strength, you know, being positive and trying to care for them in that situation. However, when a man voices his vulnerabilities, the most instant response to his woes and to his pain and to his trauma is the response of man up. Um, Obviously, that's not something that I think should happen. When someone comes to you and tells you, the issues that they might have, and your immediate response is to say, "Oh, just man up," and basically like dismiss it. And the fact that you don't pay attention to it, I think is a dumb response. Mostly when men voice their vulnerabilities, they're told to man up, and his concerns are dismissed and told that his trauma isn't really something to talk about, which is dumb because as a society, we tell males from a young age to not show emotions, which is incredibly stupid because humans are emotional creatures. And we're emotional beings. It doesn't matter what your gender is, it doesn't matter what your gender orientation is. To tell males and to tell men in society that showing emotions is weakness is not only toxic but entirely detrimental. Because when you scare men and the males in society into silence and telling them that you need to man up, you need to basically you just dismiss it. That doesn't Scaring them into silence doesn't solve the issue. It makes the problem worse. And it takes a lot of courage to come forward and to tell someone, "Hey, I'm having issues." Everyone's got their own issues that they're dealing with, and it just takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. And when someone builds up that courage to finally come forward to someone, or in whatever environment that might be, whether that's therapy or whether that's you're talking with family or friends, and when you tell someone your pain, and that takes courage. It takes courage to be vulnerable in a society that doesn't like people being vulnerable. And then when they build up the courage, they come forward with their pain and are basically dismissed by saying things like "man up." Then that makes the problem worse, because then again, they might never open up again, or it would take really long for them to even consider talking about their issues. When someone talks about their trauma, society's first reaction is dismissal and mockery. That makes the problem worse. And this is a statistic that I think is really an indictment of the issue. When we look at suicide rates in the country, 75% of those who take their own life are male. Just take a second to think about that. 3 out of 4 are male. That is a major problem that is disproportionately affecting one gender over another. You would think that this big of a problem would get attention from society as a whole. That is where you are wrong. Society doesn't care too much about men's mental health. It should, but it doesn't. It never really has. And I hope that in the future society cares more about this. But only time will tell. So to all the men out there reading this, to all the dudes, I want you to know that I see you and I hear you. I want you to know that I see you and I hear you even when you are silent. I know you are fighting battles that you don't talk about. I know you are fighting demons that just don't fight fair. And I know that there are days where life is going good and other days where just nothing goes right. And I know for sure that you have tried to come forward to tell people about your problems. But I also know that society has probably scared you and intimidated you into silence on this issue. I know all these because you aren't alone. It happens all the time. Everyone's got their own issues, and it takes courage to come forward with your pain. I wanted to tell you that seeking help is not a weakness, and I care about you even if I don't know you. I love you. If you haven't heard that today, let me say it one more time. I love you. If you need help, please seek help, whether that is through friends and family or through therapy and medical care. I love you and would much rather sit and talk with you than have to prepare eulogy remarks. Your mental health matters. Men's mental health matters. Keep your head up, King. Don't let the crown fall. Much love. So this is a topic that I care deeply about because society as a whole doesn't really, take this issue seriously, and it should, but, this is something that affects everyone. Mental health is just as important as your physical health. You need to take care of your mind and your body and your soul. Do what's good. Go out and exercise. Make sure your body's right. Make sure you're, in a good headspace. And if you're not, then, going out and getting help is important and essential. Sometimes when you're in battle with your demons and with the problems that you got going on, sometimes you need reinforcements, and that's okay. That's not, weakness by any means, and this is something that I care about deeply. So to all the dudes out there, I know, I see you, I hear you, even though you might be silent, because men's mental health matters and your mental health matters. And I really hope that by talking about these kind of issues that you break stigmas and you break, I don't know. You can just once you start talking about it, then society might, might be a chain reaction. It only takes a handful of people to make change. So, men's mental health matters, even if society doesn't do a great job at making it matter. So, that is the end of the video. I know it is a very dark, kind of deep, very intense topic to talk about, but I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time, and I was able to put my thoughts and my ideas into text and to publish that, and then make a video talking about that text that I was able to come up with. So again, men's mental health matters, and I thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Deuces.